Not only is my empties bag full, but I'm also moving today. So we've got to get through this review rather fast today. So I'm going to do a quick roundup of a bunch of vegan and cruelty-free products that I've been using as I've been trying to get through Project Pan. So okay, let's get to it. This massive bottle of shampoo from Faith and Nature. It's the lavender scent, which is my favorite. I really do love lavender, especially if you take evening showers. It's just like the loveliest scent. I got this forever ago. I did an ad campaign with them because they are one of my favorite brands. Absolutely love them. They're so good when it comes to the environment. They even have like nature on their board. So whatever decisions they make, they have to kind of like consult nature. I'll leave like a little brief description of what that actually means because it does sound a bit woo-wee, but like it's actual in their corporate policy and set up. So love that about them. This is one of their big bottles, which helps reduce on plastic basically because it lasts you forever, which it really does. Instead of having like, for example, 2 bottles, you've got 1 big one. And I really loved it, but doing Project Pan, this drove me crazy because it took me so long to get through it. Especially like the size was kind of too big for my shelf in the shower, so it had to go on the side. It actually ended up in a very good spot for where I like shaved my legs. So a lot of this, especially with the pump, just ended up being used to lather up my legs for shaving them. So it worked really well for that as well, but I also used it as shampoo. So yeah, multi-use, multi-lovely. Just finished my super milk from Lush. I've just rinsed the product, so you might see it's a bit wet there. I didn't leave it to dry long enough. But this honestly one of the best smelling products they ever have. If I use their Candy Rain conditioner and then follow up this like leave-in conditioner, kind of like detangling spray, my hair smells so good. You get so many compliments. I feel like this really went viral last year, so I don't think it's really like a well-kept secret anymore, but yeah, I really love this. They've recently come out with it in the sticky date scent as well, so you've got a couple of choices. I think I still prefer super milk. I feel like it's just a little bit lighter, but yeah, if you actually do want a heavier smell, maybe try the sticky dates one. And I'm gonna make sure I return this to Lush because if you take back 5 empties, you get a free face mask, and if you don't want to do that, every empty you take back is like 50p off. So I took like 20 empties to Lush over the weekend and I got myself a free face mask and I got myself a bubble bath for the new home because I'm gonna have a bath again, which is so exciting. But yeah, it's a really good bring back scheme and their products are best recycled in-house by Lush. So if you want to be green and get rewarded for it, definitely recommend taking your empties back to Lush. God, there's all heck at this video. No, I still have got other stuff in there, but this was a conditioner from Rolla. I believe that's how you pronounce it. This brand uses one of its key ingredients from the Amazon rainforest and they really like work with the Amazon. They don't just like take from it, they use that as an opportunity to kind of like use it as their mission statement. So they do quite a lot of good things there. I cannot remember exactly what off the top of my head. Normally I would do research this for a video, but like I've got a lot to do. My room is an absolute mess and I need to get packing. The moving men come in 3 hours. Fuck's sake. I really like this brand. They're quite luxurious. I'd definitely say they're one of the more fancier hair care brands. The only issue is that I don't think I know my hair type very well. So I've got the hydrating shampoo here and I also have the conditioner. I think the conditioner one's okay, but basically I've realized recently that I keep misdiagnosing my hair, my damaged hair for dry hair, but I don't have a dry hair type. So especially shampoo where it starts off here where my hair's actually quite healthy and not bleached, it's I actually naturally have quite an oily scalp. Like I wash my hair every 2 days because I can't, like people who go a week without a hair wash, I can only dream of that life. So a hydrating shampoo didn't often leave my hair feeling clean enough. I do have some shampoos which are way too cleansing for me, so I'd often like mix them up. But basically, yeah, I made a mistake here because my hair is dry, but in a damaged way, not in a natural way. So I'm generally better off going for strengthening hair products than hydrating. So that was a user error, that was my fault, but I really love the brand. This product smells so good as well. I wouldn't say it lingers tons out of the shower, but when you're using it, it's kind of like a strawberry yogurty sort of smell. Is that right? Oh no, passion fruit and mango, there we go. It's got a fruity yogurt type smell to it. So yeah, would definitely use from this brand again, I just wouldn't pick up this one. And again, that was on me. I love this cleanser. Surface Radiance Cleanser from Medicate. Obviously, cut open to get the last out of it. It's quite an expensive product. And it's an AHA cleanser, which I really liked. I feel like that helps my skin stay like healthy and fresh and clearer. But Medicate recently got bought by L'Oreal and I do not buy from L'Oreal. I do not buy from any L'Oreal brands. So sadly, like I cannot buy this brand anymore. I've got another one of these, which I'm using at the moment. So yeah, once it's done, I might switch back to Phase 3, but I've got a lot of other cleansers to get through anyway. So shame about that. I really found this one just like the perfect amount of active. I think sometimes things can be too harsh or like not do enough. This was actually a really good blend, so really disappointed, but I do not buy from L'Oreal. They've always had awful ethics around animal testing, and then beyond that, they're on like the BDS boycott list, and they're just an unethical brand. They've got a rich history of being not great. So I really recommend not buying from them. God, okay, yeah, we will get out of hair care eventually. But here I've got this Stafford hairspray. I think it's easy to find like vegan shampoos and conditioners, but it can be a bit more confusing when you're trying to find styling products. Stafford is a cruelty-free brand. I do not know how much their stuff's vegan. This has been a decent hairspray. Sometimes when I use my Dyson Airwrap and I really want it to stay in place, I use quite a bit of this, but I don't really like the feel of hairspray in my hair. I know it keeps the style going for longer, but generally I just don't like the experience. I find it quite stiff and everything. So really handy to have when you need it, but I didn't use it all the time, so it took me a long time to get through it. But yeah, I was happy with it. I don't have a lot to say. I'm not that big into hairstyling, so it's a thumbs up. I liked it. I would re-get it. I'm actually out of hairspray, so we'll see what I get next. This is just the packaging for the Hair Burst gummies. I did an ad for them recently on YouTube, and I've just been taking the gummies a lot lately. I think I'm on my 2nd or 3rd pack. But yeah, I feel like my hair's growing well and getting a bit better. I really like being bleached, but it definitely is damaging my hair. So I feel like once it grows out, I might just have to go back to being brunette. I'm just glad that I'm taking care of my hair health, because I have noticed like the second you start bleaching your hair, you really have to think a bit more deeply about what you're doing. Okay, so this was deodorant, Salt of the Earth. So this is a refill for their spray deodorant. So I have been mixing and matching, but this one basically ran out recently, and I used the last of this refill. I think you get like 5 refills in this. So I've had this for so long. I don't even think I was living here when I first got it. And you just refill up your little spray. They also do it for their roll-ons. So if you want to be a bit greener with your deodorants, but you struggle with like the balms and stuff, like I really struggled with Wild. It like broke me out like crazy, and they've now sold out to Unilever, so don't buy from them anymore. Yeah, Salt of the Earth are lovely. I really don't see them selling out to anyone anytime soon. They've been around for a long time. I don't believe they've got any investment, which is normally like the red flag that they're gonna sell off eventually and make that profit back. So yeah, love them, and I just find it really effective. I use this more in the summer where I feel like I need a little bit of extra defense, and then in the winter, I feel like my armpits get a bit more sensitive anyway, and the roll-on I feel like is a bit gentler. Proud I've gone through this. I do like the lavender scent. I also like the ocean and coconut scent. I feel like they've got really good options there. They've also got an unscented if you're very sensitive. So I think they might have switched to pouches now, so it might be slightly different, but yeah, I find it very good in between. I feel like I spent like 3 years just like going between deodorants, just trying to find the right one that was like vegan and green and ideally plastic free, and I just caused myself so much upset, and this is just the one I've stuck with for the last few years because it just works really well for me. Face scrub, Dr. Organic's Rose Otto face scrub, and it's another product I've like ripped open to get to the bottom of. I do try and do that as often as I can. It just like, you know, when you live in a house and you can't always find the scissors, so if I can't find scissors, I'm just screwed, and I'm like, okay, well, as is life. It's just one of those items that just always goes missing. But yeah, as long as I can find my scissors, I like to cut it around this point. I feel like it's just the perfect balance of being able to reach both ends because product builds up both sides. But yeah, really like this scrub. It's one of my less scrubby scrubs. Sometimes I want to really go for it, and other times I want it to be gentle. So this is one of my more gentler ones, but it still feels like it's doing something. So you can find them in Holland & Barrett, and I think they're really reasonably priced for like being vegan, cruelty-free, having some organic ingredients, and easy to find on high street. Another Faith in Nature. This was the Nourishing Hair Mask, Shea and Argan Oil. Yeah, I definitely like this one. Sometimes when my hair's feeling a bit dry, I just use this as a conditioner. Like when I was going through this, I think I just used it every time I was in the shower as a like 5-minute treatment on conditioner as you do like the rest of your shower stuff. Yeah, it's a nice one. It's not my best hair mask, but I think my best hair mask costs like 3 times the price of this, if not more. So I think for the value for money, this one's really good. And this is definitely just like way more in my price range. So yeah, really love it. And again, Faith in Nature, wonderful brand. And they've got quite a few little scents, but I find this one the most hydrating. Okay, this is the packaging for my Eco Warrior Sensitive Face Bar. So it's basically like face wash that looks like a soap bar, and it's come in cardboard packaging. But yeah, plastic free. This brand, I swear, has a bar for everything. So if you are trying to get a bit more into plastic free products, I really recommend checking out Eco Warrior. And yeah, this face bar I would say is nice. Like it's very bland, which is good. Like sometimes that's what you need in a cleanser. But if you need anything more than that, you probably would want another cleanser in your routine. So I've got it in shower. I think it's really good for like a morning cleanse or something. But in the evening, I might use like a cleansing balm instead if I've got a lot of makeup to get off, or like the Medicate AHA cleanser I use like maybe every other day, just because I want that actives involved. But as far as like just a simple washing your face bar, I think it's really good to have in your routine, and it helps kind of whittle down the plastic in your routine, even if you're not completely eradicating it because you're using it as part of a routine. And yeah, definitely a product I would buy again. More hair care. This is the Let's Bond conditioner by Naughty, and I actually remember when I first switched this, I was so shocked at how like velvety it was. It was so nice. So I really got used to this one really fast. I loved it. I used quite a lot on my hair just because, one, I have a lot of hair, but it did just make such a difference and I wanted that full impact every time. So I got through this really fast, but it did just leave my hair just so silky and nourished. And this is the sort of product that I do need. So this is like a repairing product, something that is supporting your hair rather than a hydrating product for like dry hair types. So if you've also got like hair that needs a bit of love and repair, Let's Bond, I recommend. I think I've got the shampoo in here somewhere. Here we are. Also love the shampoo, found that really velvety as well. It took me a little bit longer to get through this one, but yeah, also worked really well and I felt it was just like the right formula for my hair. It just left it feeling clean. I feel like with a good shampoo, I don't really notice much. My hair washes were well paced, I didn't get dandruff or anything. I feel like a bad shampoo you notice, a good shampoo just does its job. So very happy with that, and the conditioner, like I said, just felt gorgeous. This also had a lovely velvety feel. Would definitely repurchase, and these are now available in Holland & Barrett. They used to be in just Superdrug, or that's the only place I found them, but you can now also find them in Holland & Barrett, which is really cool. I like that they've got more shelf space and they've got a really cool range. I've been using these guys sporadically for like years now and I always love the Naughty products. Their wave range is amazing. Like this is my hair drying naturally and like again I'm moving, so I've really not done much here at all. Literally went to bed wet hair and this is how it's dried. So I do have some like wave in my hair, and if I use the wave range from Naughty, it really helps bring them out. Clean product, there is a little bit left in here, so I'm going to put it back in the bathroom, but I thought it was worth showing you guys. I don't feel like I show enough cleaners in here, but I've used M&S in the past because they were really good at labeling for cruelty-free and vegan. But yeah, I'm trying to switch to more like independent brands, or maybe like the Co-op if I'm out and about and I'm trying to grab something and astonish. Big shampoo from Lush. This is one of those ultra cleansing shampoos I was telling you guys about earlier. I think I did buy this when I toned my hair accidentally too dark earlier this year, and I wanted to kind of like strip the color a bit faster. So this is not good if you've got colored hair. It will strip it out pretty fast, but it also really dried my hair out. So to get to the end of it, I've got a couple of shampoos which are a bit too hydrating for my hair, so I just like mix them together and I feel like I'd come out with a happy medium. But it's a really nice shampoo. I feel like every once in a while it's really nice to use. It helps like volumize shampoo. It's really salty, so it's got that like gritty, massagey texture, which I really love. But yeah, it just dried me out like crazy. I would not rebuy it. And I also do not love the smell. I think the body spray's in here. These two smell very similar, and I used to like the smell a lot. Like that's why I bought Sakura, but then I don't know, sometimes you just get too much of a smell and you just get completely turned off, and that's what's happened here. So like this smell now, whatever's shared in these two, doesn't do it for me, and I find it just a bit off-putting. So I'm glad to have gotten to the end of that as well. There was a point when my boyfriend would spray this before he left because he'd asked if I had anything I thought he'd like, and it's got a bit more of a masculine smell compared to a lot of my other things, but yeah, he went off it as well. So just, yeah, 2 Lush products I would not repurchase, which isn't frequent for me. Normally I love all my Lush things. Got this body wash. This is from Sunday. It looks like whipped cream and it comes out like whipped cream, so it's very gimmicky, I'll be honest. If you're into like eco toiletries, I wouldn't recommend this. I got this from a PR event and it took me a while to get through it. There is a bit of fun to it. Like if you're having a shower with a partner or something, you can make it a bit silly, but I definitely wouldn't rebuy it. I feel like it's quite a dry formula, so I don't think it's that nourishing on the skin either. But I've mostly used it to shave my legs, like as a little shaving foam. So I wouldn't repurchase, but it is a little bit of fun. There's nothing really wrong with the formula, but I feel like it's just a trendy little gimmick. I feel like a beauty micro trend. Moisturizer from Lush. This one is Peace. It's a protective oat milk cream to put back in what life takes out. Whether you're 18 or 80, give Peace a chance. I love this product. It is definitely a heavier moisturizer, but literally if I had any like rashes or dry skin issues, this was a magic potion. It was incredible and soothing, and like if you got like something itchy, like putting this on just would really like melt away that irritant. So I really love this product. I think they're struggling with stock with it at the moment, so thankfully I've not got any like skin issues, but I feel like by the time like winter rolls back round, like my skin is really sensitive to the cold weather. I might repurchase this if I don't have any other heavy moisturizers lying around. I just absolutely love it. Like literally got as much as I could out of it. But yeah, really thick. I don't think it would be great for everyone every day on the face, but if you do like a thick moisturizer, give Peace a chance. Generally, I will say in Lush, especially with their face products, they can give you quite a generous tester size because their moisturizers are expensive. So I've done that a couple of times in the past and I found my like new best moisturizers from their little tester pack, so I do recommend that. The Hasana New Hua. This is a hair treatment. When you're searching for the god of hair, rich moisturizing fresh avocado and shine enhancing balsamic vinegar offer divine intervention. I thought this would be so nice in my hair. I thought I'd come out with like the most gorgeous hair, but like the balsamic vinegar, oh, smell is strong in here. I didn't feel like I noticed any difference on my hair after using this other than stinking of balsamic vinegar. I really did not like this treatment. I think a lot of people really love it. I feel like it's been around for ages. It must be so good for some people. An avocado in a hair mask normally does me really well, but this one, just rubbish. Absolutely, what a waste of money. I did not like it. I feel so bad being so mean to Lush. I feel like they've been so good this last week. They just, sorry, I feel like this is coming out probably a week after I've filmed, whereas normally I've got better turnaround than that. Yeah, Lush literally just last week shut down their stores in Day of Action and Solidarity for Palestine. So really love them for doing that, really impressed with them. And recommend you go shop there. They've got the watermelon soap back again, which is a fundraising soap for Palestine. But yeah, I guess I just don't have many nice things to say about their products today. I've got the Radiant Glow 2-in-1 scrub mask from Evolve. I love the Evolve face mask. Like the Lush ones are okay, but they have such a limited shelf life. So yeah, Evolve I really, really love. I think they've got a really strong base of face masks, and this was their Cocoa Scrub one, which smells delicious of chocolate, like so gorgeous. Yeah, it's got like coconut particles in it, so it's just like chocolatey, and you slather it on, scrub it off. Really nice face mask. I think I've got another one of these in the cupboard. So Evolve do a lot of really good things. They're a little eco UK small batch sort of brand. Really love them. That my favorite things of theirs is their spot treatment and their face mask. Yeah, this is what I mean. So I've got this Lush face mask here called Brush Strokes, which is really nice, but it went out of date in 2023. I made a good dent in it, but I definitely didn't get through it all. I'm glad it's not going moldy, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to admit defeat with that one, which is so sad. I'm doing project plan at the moment, trying to make sure things like that don't happen. So RIP, lost this one to the system. Trying to keep my Lush wrappers as well, because I always feel so bad in these empties videos that the plastic-free products, the solid products, don't really get as many reviews. This is the Sleepy hand soap. I bought that recently because I actually worked my way through all the soaps. We've had that in our bathroom and I love it. The like sleepy lavender scent is so gorgeous. I really like it. Sometimes in the morning I'd be like, oh my God, I feel too relaxed. But no, really nice. And it wasn't too expensive either. This one doesn't have a label on it. We'll never know. Got to the end of my G-Organics toothpaste. This one is an aluminium toothpaste, so it's a lot easier to recycle. I would just say, like, I wish I'd been a bit better with rolling it down as I went through. It is quite a rigid aluminium, which is obviously like dirt. I just think it was my first time using something like this and I was just getting a bit silly with it rather than really structured. So I feel like I maybe got a bit of product stuck in here that shouldn't have been. It was a nice toothpaste. I'd just say sensory wise, it is a bit different. Like it feels like mint oil rather than an artificial peppermint, and it doesn't foam as much. Some people won't mind that. They'll happy go for the eco option with that trade-off. But for other people I know, sensory stuff is like so tricky to switch around with. So I just wanted to make that clear. This was a fresh mint scent, really lovely. And it's got fluoride in it. And yeah, the tube's just recyclable because it's aluminium rather than plastic. I think they do jars and stuff and like tooth tabs as well. But if you want the more like toothpaste and tube experience, this is one of the best eco ways of getting it. Medicate Toast Tool Moisture Cream. I was keeping this around because I thought I'd refill it at some point because I do love that it is a refillable product. So you pop it out. You just like take that away and you refill it in one of these. So yeah, you just replace this little tub instead of the whole product, which is a really good eco swap. More and more brands are doing stuff like that. Little things make a big difference. They really do add up. But yeah, I'm not buying Medicate anymore, so it's time for me to get rid of this. Got a lip scrub from Lush. This was the Back Current. It must have been last Halloween. These ones you can recycle yourself at home because they're glass, so you can't take these back for the empty scheme. I feel like everyone knows Lush is good for lip scrub, so I don't want to get too into that. And I've got another one here, which was the gingerbread one. I think I often just get gifted a load around like this time of year. They do so many limited edition lip scrubs, especially because it's the season for dry lips as you get into winter. So I like the lip scrubs. I think they're nice. I think they've got good flavors, but yeah, don't need to go on about it. This is the Face Fury Pink Clay AHA face mask. I did mention already, I quite like a bit of AHA on my skin. I feel like it just like peels off a dead layer and leaves me glowing without being like irritated or anything. Yeah, this was one of my favorites. I feel like it's one of those rare masks that you actually put on the next day. People are like, wow, your skin's looking great. And it'll be like, oh. Whereas I feel like face masks, like you can feel the difference and you can see the difference, but it's rare that other people always pick up on it or like that immediately. So yeah, really like that. Got another Lush face mask in here. The Sharma Sisters. This was one of the Bridgerton ones. It had turmeric in it, chickpeas. I mean, it is a limited edition mask, so I don't want to say too much on it, but yeah, it was a nice one. And then final product was this charcoal face mask from Dr. Organic. This might be one of my most used face masks, and I probably will repurchase it at some point. I find it is just so good for drawing out impurities. Like, charcoal is so good for that. But it's such a like rich black mask. It's lasted forever. Sometimes I'd use it like all over my face, sometimes just like the T-zone or wherever I was having a bit of a breakout, or anywhere I was like trying to bring something to the surface. So yeah, really recommend this one. Definitely good for that, and stores very well in the cupboard. So yeah, I can't believe I've got so many more empties. I feel like I got through a lot of hair care lately, and then I've really been on a mission to like finish up some face masks as well, because I had a massive collection and I know I'll be moving soon. So yeah, happy to have done another review, happy to have a few more empties to get rid of. I now need to go wash them up, recycle them properly. I'm coming back tomorrow to do a deep clean in my bedroom once everything's empty, and I think I'll handle some of the beauty products then, because time's ticking. I gotta get on with some other stuff now. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is my last video in this home, so really sad, bittersweet. I'm really trying so hard in Project Pantry to get through my products. I recently did stock take, and it's like, it's time for me to step it up. So yeah, excited to keep you guys on for the journey. We've got more empties and more products to go. So yeah, love to see you again soon. Bye. Mwah.